Welcome to this episode of Discover Fort McMurray. I'm Melanie Galea with Remax Fort McMurray, and this is a really important episode. I am with Marty Giles of the Wood Buffalo Recovery Committee. And Marty, we've got lots to talk about today. So tell me about the new insurance recovery support program that is going on.
Okay, so it's really from the early days of the fire, the Insurance Bureau of Canada has been actually embedded in Fort McMurray.
Right.
So you go back to the town hall meetings. I don't know if you remember, right? First evacuation.
Yeah.
Then you go into even different Wood Buffalo Recovery Committee meetings or even council meetings.
Right.
IBC is the acronym for Insurance Bureau of Canada. They've been here. What they are is they're kind of a bit of a go-between between insurance people who need to make claims and insurance companies.
Right.
So they've done a pretty good job. But through our different engagement sessions, whether they be here for you, whether they be through what we did at the Back to Business Resource Center with all the business outreach programs, the business walks, even through we did 64 one-on-one engagement sessions. It just keeps coming up as one of the biggest hurdles to recovery is people that are still in this insurance part where it's not going very well for them. Right. So basically what we decided to do with IBC's help is we're setting up one-on-one situations where residents who have insurance problems can actually book a time with a representative to help them navigate some of their insurance issues.
Right. So Marty, take me through so that we can have everyone understand what's going to happen on these sessions, and they're individual sessions as opposed to group sessions, and I think that's a really important distinction for the initiative that's happening right now.
Absolutely. Well, and if you've been to some of the engagement sessions, you will find sometimes you're in a group of 20 or 30 people and you have your individual question that you want to ask, and maybe someone you feel has got more issues than you do, so you don't, what happens is people sometimes walk out and don't say anything. Right. So
or maybe they have something that's too personal that they want to ask and they don't ask, or it's private and they don't want to ask in a public setting.
Exactly. So we wanted to have this forum, and what will happen is they're going to be bi-weekly. Every Wednesday and Thursday is when actually people will physically be here. Okay, great. You're going to be able to book appointments right away. Yeah. Actually, so what will happen is when you book your appointment, you'll upload your insurance documents. Okay. You'll also some recent correspondence you've had with your insurer, so that your actually person that's going to be there to help you doesn't come in blind about your own personal situation.
Nice. So it's going to be productive from the moment you sit down with the person that's there.
Yeah, and you'll have your whatever questions you'd like to have and help navigate that. Right. Now it's going to be actually at the Back to Business Resource Center on Hardin Street. Yeah. And the other part of it is we're going to have Red Cross representation right in the building. Yeah. So if there's some Red Cross support, and you don't have to actually, come back the next day or whatever. The Red Cross will be there at the same time as the IBC person to help navigate whatever issues residents may have through their insurance. Okay.
So why do we have to bring them back? Why do we have to bring back the Insurance Bureau of Canada? Like what brought this around? Well,
we think we've done the best we could so far, but actually through the economy pillar, and I'm going to give Kelly Hansen a big shout out here, as she's probably talked to the most business owners, and by the way, it's not just for business owners, it's also for residents as well. There was just this gap where people were saying, and I need some time alone with one of these people. I just don't want to have a public situation. And then also in the IBC representatives kind of not defense, but if I'm that person, I don't know, every policy is different. There's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, what your situation is, so it's really hard to actually get those questions answered. So they can maybe be a go-between to help you navigate. Right. And then what will happen in these sessions as well, there'll be 3 or 4 next steps. So the resident will go out with a game plan now to go out and try and keep moving forward in the recovery.
Excellent. Yeah. And so this is for individuals like residents and for business owners.
Correct. I'm glad you asked that question because it did come through the economy pillar, but this is not just for business owners. This is for anybody who's having an insurance issue. They can actually go in and book their appointment, and then through Eventbrite, which I'll talk about right now. So what you do is you go to eventbrite.ca. Yeah. You will actually go on there and look on for recovery support. Yeah. And you can book it that way.
So Marty, when can people start booking appointments?
Okay, so people can start booking right now. Right now.
Okay, great. And so when are these appointments going to be for people?
Okay, so they're going to start on March the 15th and March the 16th. Right. And then they'll be bi-weekly in a rotation after that.
Okay, and on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and those appointments are going to be for an hour.
Yes, they're going to be for 1 hour. Yeah.
Okay, so how can they book?
Okay, so you're going to put the number up on the screen because you always do that stuff, right? The post line, right? Yeah. You can go to eventbrite.ca and you can search insurance recovery support, right? Or you can go to chooseWoodBuffalo.ca as well and get an appointment that way.
Okay, and the schedule is going to be on chooseWoodBuffalo.ca if you aren't sure, and it's way past March at this point in time. Yeah. How long are you guys going to do these sessions for?
Until the community says that they're not worth it anymore. We can scale up, we can scale down. We're going to continue to do them as long as there's need and there's actually good value being produced, I guess, that will have. Now, one thing I want to make sure as well
Yeah.
You don't just phone and book your appointment and show up. It's really important to have a successful 60-minute session.
Yes.
As you upload your documents, so there'll be instructions on there how to do that, so that the person who you're meeting with has a bit of an idea to get the geography around your personal situation, Melanie.
So if someone books online, is that a quicker succession to be able to flow to do that?
I wouldn't say no, whatever works best for the resident.
Yep. To book it? Okay, great. So Marty, where are people going to come with all their documentation, all that for that 1 hour appointment?
Okay, it's going to be at the Back to Business Resource Center, which is on Hardin Street, and that's where the actual location will be, and you'll have your own private setup with your own insurance company.
Yep.
And the other thing is our friends from Red Cross are also going to be in the Back to Business Resource Center as well.
Excellent.
Because we do find that sometimes there'll be a question about that, so the Red Cross will be set up right basically in the same area, in their own separate office. Okay, so if obviously have a question about Red Cross, they're going to be right there as well.
Excellent. Is there, what else do you want, anything else you want to leave people with?
I just want to make sure that people take advantage of this great opportunity. It's free. You can come down, and again, having those 3-4 steps I know ourselves on what's the next. Our family was affected. To have those 3 steps to go on to the next level of recovery is really, really key. And believe me, I've used the IBC myself actually, and Rob Dupree, and he's helped me navigate my own insurance issues. So make sure you take advantage of this because they are helpful.
That's great. So that's helped decrease your stress level.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Sometimes you just need to phone a friend.
Yeah.
So
great. So Marty, thanks so much for all of this great work from the Wood Buffalo Recovery Committee. Again, just reiterate one last time, Wednesdays and Thursdays bi-weekly starting March 15th, and it's going to be at the Back to Business Resource Center, and you can get yourself booked in the 3 different ways that we talked about. So please share this video. There's lots of people out there that still need some help, and this is the best way that we can get it to them. I'm Melanie Galea with RE/MAX Fort McMurray, your hostess of Discover Fort McMurray with Marty Giles. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you next time.